Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel Computer Science Classes by Nikhil. And in this video we will study about the group by clause. So we have already studied about the group functions. What were the group functions? Like the sum, average, count, min, max. All these were the group functions. But now we will study something different, and that is a group by clause. So always take a note of this, that group by clause is different from group functions. So what we have already studied, that group functions never operate on null values and group functions are execute. And now we will study, the later part of it, group functions are executed after the, after the where clause, and group functions can never be written inside the where clause. All these things we will study when we try to see the group by clause. Okay, so let us first of all go to my database, and here is my, I'll again write the query. Suppose this is, again I'll work with employees table. This is a standard table with which we work. Okay, so this is my employees table, and now let us try to work on it. Suppose I want to find a count of all the employees who work in department number 10. Okay, so this is not, this we have already done this query, so I'm not going to, this is not a query that you need to attempt. We have already done this, but still, if I need to find a count of all the employees who work in department number 10 just for your revision, then what query will I write? I will write this query: select what count star from which table? From the employees table, where what? dpt id equal to 10, department ID equal to 10. So you get two employees who are working in department number 10. Okay, and just to revise your concept, we already saw in the previous video that, first of all the where clause will execute, and then, these group functions will run. Okay, so how it is working? It is working like this. Again, to make the concepts clear, it is working something like this. If I, I just take the pen tool. Okay, here. So you have written that where department ID equal to 10. So how many rows will be selected by the where clause? These two rows will be selected by the group by clause. Okay, but by the where clause, these will be filtered by the where clause. And when these two rows have been filtered by the where clause, now the group functions will be applied. And what is a group function? The count star function is there. That this is our group function. So count star will produce the result. What it will produce the result to be 2. If I wanted, suppose the sum of salary of all the employees in department number 10, then what query will I write? I think again you can write this query. Instead of using count star, I will use what? I'll use sum of salary. Okay, sum of salary. Okay, if the sum of salary is 2 lakhs. So Nikhil and Nitin are two employees who work in department number 10, and their sum of salary is what? Their sum of salary is here you see. These two employees are working in department number 10, and their sum of salary is 2 lakhs. So here the same thing is happening. What? The same thing, that is the first, the where clause is, filtering the rows. How many rows are being filtered? 2 rows have been filtered. And now in these two filtered rows, this group function has been applied. Okay, clear? So always keep this execution in mind. Okay, so let me, write this very important point for, okay, we'll just, see. All right. Now let me minimize it, and now suppose I want to, I'll just return, suppose the count of all employees who work in department number 10. So this was the query. Okay, this was the query. Suppose now I wanted to find for department number 20, then what query will I write? All the employees who work in department number 20. So there are 26 employees in department number 20, and how many employees working in department number 30? See, 2 employees are working in department number 30. Okay, and this is my employees table. I'll write select star employees. Okay, this is my employees table, and you can verify this from this table also. 2 employees are in department number 30. This Jayant and Vaibhav are in department number 30. 2 employees Nikhil and Nitin are in department number 10, and the rest of the employees are in which department? They are in department number 20. Now I don't want the result in this manner. I want the result in different manner, and let me tell you in what way I want the result. So I want the result in this way. Suppose if I take this. Okay, all right. Okay, if I just take the pen, and how do I want the result? I want the result in this way. Suppose the department 10, 20 and 30, and here this is department ID, Okay, and here is the count, for example, 2 employees in department number 10, 6 employees in department number 20, and then again 2 employees in department number 30. I want the result in this way. Okay, for that purpose I am going to use the group by clause. Okay, for this purpose I will use a group by clause. How I will use a group by clause? Let us try to see this. Okay, so first of all, just let me write a query, and then I'll just explain what I have written. Department ID, from which table? From the employees table, and then I write group by dpt id. Okay, if I write like this sorry, okay, you get the correct result. In department number 10 there are 2 employees, in department number 20 there are 6 employees, and in department number 30 there are how many employees? There are 2 employees. To better if I first write the department ID and then I write the count star, and I alias this column also. Count star as, say, suppose num employees. Okay, from which table? From the employees table. From the employees table, and group by which column? Group by department ID. Clear? So in department number 10, 2 employees, 26 employees, and 32 employees. So now we want to study how this query is working. Okay, let us try to understand how this query is working. And in this query, you see what I have used. I have used the group by clause. I have used which clause? I have used this clause. This is the group by clause. Okay, this is the group by clause, and this is my group function. Count star, min, max, sum, average, these are all group function, but this is the group by clause. So what effectively this group by clause is doing? It is grouping by which? It is grouping by department ID. Okay, it is grouping by what? It is grouping by department ID. So how many groups, how many distinct department IDs are there? If you just if you write this, if you write a query, how many departments IDs are there? Then suppose I write select distinct DPT ID from which table? From the employees table. Sorry, select distinct, sorry, DPT ID from the employees table. There are 3 distinct departments. Now let me select star from employees group by department ID. Sorry, group by department. Select star from employees, and then I write order by what? Order by department ID. If I write like this, okay, then what effectively, if you let me sorry, and just that query, it's let me highlight it. Okay, select dpt id comma count star as num employee from which table? From the employees table. And then I was saying this query I've already done. Group by what? Group by dpt id. Okay, dpt id. All right. Now how this query is working, how it is working, let us try to understand this. I'll take the pen tool, and here let us go. So what am I doing? I am using the group by clause. Okay, group by, and group by what? I am saying group by department ID. So how many distinct departments were there? You see previously what we saw, how many distinct departments were there? 10, 20 and 30. So for department number 10, a group will be formed. Okay, this is the group for department number 10. For department number 20, again one more group will be found, and this is the group for what? This is the group for department number 20. And for department number 30, again a group will be formed. And what will be this group? This is the group of department number 30, comprising of Jayant and Vaibhav, and department number 10 group comprising of what? Nikhil and Nitin. So you have grouped by what? You have grouped by department IDs. Okay, so you have made 3 groups. Okay, how many groups? You have made 3 groups. All right, just try to be patient and try to understand this. Okay, this is very important. If you have to write complex queries, try to understand this. Now once you have grouped, how many groups have been formed? 3 groups have been formed. Once these groups have been formed, the group functions will be applied individually on these groups. For example, which group function you are applying? This group function, count star. So here in this group of department ID 10, count star will be applied, and how many count will come? Count will come out to be 2. Again for this group, this group, this group function will be applied, and what will be the count for this? The count will come out to be 6, and again for this group the count stat function will be applied, and the count will come out to be what? It will come out to be 2. Clear? So in this way group functions are working. They are grouping. First they are grouping, and then they are applying the group functions. Okay, so let me write like this. I'll just sorry. All right. Sorry. Okay, and just let it be what it is. I'm just I'll take one notepad. Okay, and whatever important deductions we have, we will keep on writing them. First grouping is performed, and then on those groups, group functions are applied. Okay, are you able to get this line, what I have written? First the grouping is performed, and then on those groups group functions are applied. So what does this mean? This means what we have seen over here. What we have seen, my dear friends, we have seen that first the grouping was applied. We have written group by what? We have written that group by department ID. The first the grouping was performed. How many groups were formed? 3 groups were formed of department number 10, 20, 30, and then on those groups the group functions were applied. Clear? Okay, this way this it is working. So let us again try to solve one more query. For example, I want to find the maximum salary in every department. Okay, so for example, if you say department number 10, the maximum salary is what? It is 1,20,000, and similarly for every other department I want to find the maximum salary. So what query will I write? Select department ID, comma what? Then I will use the group function. What I will use the group function as I want the maximum salary. Then I will use max of what? Max of salary. From which table? From the employees table. And group by what? Group by department ID, because I want the result per department. Okay, so you are getting for department number 10 maximum salary 1,20,000, for 20 70,000, and for 30 it is what? It is 40,000. And one thing to keep in mind over here is that, again, if you observe, first the group functions, first grouping will be formed. How many groups will be formed? Of 3 groups will be formed of department number 10, 20 and 30, and in those group the group function will be applied. And what is the group function? This group function, maximum of salary, will be found. Okay, so in this way the group by clause is working. I'm little slow because I want to explain each and every concept. Please bear with me. If you have already studied it, then you can you can skip this video, but I want to target those students who are just trying to understand what is SQL. Okay, let us write one more query. So we have already seen this query. You have to now write this query to find the maximum, minimum and average salary per department. Okay, so write this query. I'll just pause the video. You write this query. How will you go for this query? I want to find the maximum, minimum and average salary per department. What query will I write? Okay, if you are not able to get it, I think select department ID, comma, I want the maximum salary per department. Then I will write what? Max salary. Suppose I say alias this column as max sal, comma, if I want the minimum salary, then I will use the group function with what? Min. Okay, and then again I will alias this column as min sal, and if I want the average salary, then I will use a AVG. Okay, AVG salary as, suppose, AVG sal. From which table? From the employees table. And group by what? Group by department ID, because I want the result per department. So you are getting for department number 10, the maximum salary is 1,20,000, minimum salary is 80,000, and average salary is this. Okay, so you are getting the average, minimum, and then maximum salary per department. Clear? Let us just observe this query. So here the same thing is again happening. The same thing is happening. What is happening? You are forming the groups by the group by clause, and on those groups, 3 group functions have been applied. What 3 group functions? The max sal, the minimum salary, and what? The average salary group functions have been applied. Okay. Let us try to work with again one more query. Find the average salary group by what? Group by designation. So now I want the average salary by designation. Can you write this query? Okay. So here is my employees table. So I want the average salary of each and every designation. Select start from employees. Okay. So how many designations are there? Managers, developer, analyst, trainer, technician. I want the average salary per designation. So what query will I write? I will write like this. Select what? Designation. And what do I want? I want the average salary. Therefore, I will use the group function. Which group function? AVG salary. From which table? From the employees table. And group by, now group by what? Now group by what? Designation. If I now group by designation, select, okay. Select designation, comma, average salary from which table? From the employees table. And group by what? Group by designation. Yeah. So you are getting the average salary per designation. So here also, if you observe, we have group by what? We have group by designation. So if I write select star from employees and order by designation, if I write like this, I just for making things clear, and then so here again, if you go, if you again go over here, okay, sorry, again, if I just take the pen tool. So what is effectively happening? The thing that is effectively happening is, now you are grouping by what? Now you are grouping by designation. So how many groups will be formed? This analyst group will be formed, this developer group will be formed, HR head group will be formed, manager group will be formed, this technician group will only contain how many employees? 1 employee, and this trainer group will contain how many employees? 2 employees. Now how many groups have been formed? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 6 groups have been formed. And now in each group, what group function will be applied? This group function which we have seen. Okay, if you go over here, okay, here, sorry, yeah, this average salary, this group function, this average salary group function will be applied. For example, if you go to suppose analyst, suppose you go for technician, then what is the the average salary for technician? It is 40,000. Okay, so it is coming out. Okay, this much is clear. I'll just escape it. Okay, and then I will make one more important. Suppose let us try to write one more query. Query to find the number of employees hired per year. So, for example, if you take this. Again, you take this employees table, and now I say ordered by hired it. So this is your table, and now I want to find out the number of employees who were hired in every year. For example, when I say that in 2013 3 employees were hired, in 15 2 employees were hired, and 16 2, and then 17 how many employees? 3 employees were hired. So what query will I write? Okay, you just try this query. I'll pause the video. Try this query on your own. Okay, I think this query is also very simple. What I have to write? So what do I want? I want the count, and which column do I want to group them about? I want to group them by year. So what will I write? If you have not studied date function, then first of all try to study the date functions. Okay, extract what? Extract year from which? From hire date. Extract year from hire date, comma, I want the number of employees. So I will use the count group function. From which table? From the employees table. And what will I write? I will again, group by extract year from hire date. If I write like this, you're getting in 2013 3 employees were hired, 2015 2 employees were hired, 16 2 employees, and 17 how many employees were hired? 3 employees were hired. And you can also you can also write this query like this. For example, if I write select and as year H, suppose I alias this column. I alias this column as year H or year hired. And now I write from employees. And then I write group by, I don't write this, extract year from hire date. I don't write extract year from hire date. I just use what was the alias I used for it, this column. I used year H. Then suppose if I write year H, will it work? I'm not sure. Just let us try. Okay, it is working. Okay. So you can, also use alias names of columns when you are grouping them. Okay, alias names. For example, we have alias this column as what? Year H, and we are using the same in group by clause. So here what is happening, again the same thing is happening. You are forming groups of years, and then in each group you are performing the group function, that is the count star function. Okay, clear? So this query we already seen. Okay, so I think all right. So we will have a continued discussion of group by clause in the next video. Also we will study the group by, how group by is used in conjunction with having. So we will study all this in the next video. Okay, I'll just pause this video for now. So thank you so much for watching and being patient and trying to bear with me. And please do keep on watching all my videos. I am trying to be a bit slow so that things are clear and things do get settled in your mind. This is my main objective, that you are able to get the the fundamental power to write effective SQL queries. So that is why I am very slow in dealing with you. Okay, thank you so much, and please do subscribe to my videos. Thank you so much.